can something come into existence out of pure nothingness? There is nothing in our experience in the world that supports the idea that nothingness, a blank void, infinite darkness, is the origin of all that we experience, of life and growth and development. Darkness is not the origin of light. Darkness is the absence of light. Light is not the absence of darkness. Everything that we see in existence has a precedent, a seed, a spark, a genetic code, an energy that brings it into existence. Consciousness precedes and conditions the creation of forms, of beings. Everything depends on how we are viewing things. From the standpoint of the external being which we inhabit, and of which we are aware in our daily lives, we treasure and try to extend life. We treat the death of the body as an ending, and we tend to fear death, both out of a fear of the pain involved in the transition, and, primarily, in our fear and uncertainty about what happens to us after death, and whether we have any awareness or existence after death. Many people believe that death is an ending, a final dissolution, as if there were no existence before this short life and no existence after. Yet most people rebel against this idea and believe that there is something else, either a heaven or a hell, that we inhabit after we die, a potential resurrection at some point, or rebirth in some form or manner. The people who have had near-death experiences, or who have been declared clinically dead and returned from death, report the deeper significance of our life and its continuity stretching back into the past and forward into the future. Some attribute this continuity to a specific personality that survives and is reborn, while others indicate that there is a stream of consciousness, a stream of awareness that takes on new forms and personalities. One of the most extensive reviews of the process of death and rebirth has been provided by the Tibetan Book of the Dead. This text recounts the systematic dissolution of the existing human life, the body, the vital force, the mental power, and eventually the process of choosing a new birth that faces the individual who has died. It confirms that something survives the death of the body and participates in an ongoing developmental process of rebirth and new experience. Sri Aurobindo, in his epic poem Savitri, A Legend and a Symbol, expresses in Book 10, Canto 1, the following, quote, "Although death walks beside us on life's road, a dim bystander at the body's start, and a last judgment on man's futile works, other is the riddle of its ambiguous face. Death is a stair, a door, a stumbling stride, the soul must take to cross from birth to birth, a gray defeat pregnant with victory, a whip to lash us towards our deathless state. The inconscient world is the spirit's self-made room, eternal night, shadow of eternal day. Night is not our beginning nor our end. She is the dark mother in whose womb we have hid, safe from too swift a waking to world pain. We came to her from a supernal light. By light we live, and to the light we go." End quote. Reference: Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, the Psychic Being, Soul, Its Nature, Mission, and Evolution, Section 4, The Afterlife and Rebirth, page 126.